we are clear to take this trade to the downside. Let's take a look at the MFI on another screen here real quick. Momentum has decreased. Now this is a higher risk trade where we do not have the official tick down on the MFI, people. So there is a possibility this could be a blow off to the downside before prices reverse. So I'm not in this trade just yet. MFI, CMF is good through the trend line. The violation is there. Waiting on additional confirmation out of the MFI in order to be short. Everything else looks real good. As long as I get a reduction in momentum to the upside, we can be good to go. Profits to the downside are an immediate 60.75 level right here, 59.25, and then 58. MTM now 1962 flat. MTM 62 and holding. I'll shrink up the EMA chart here for a minute. I want you to see something while we're waiting on the prices. Bars are fairly well interlocked, not as well as yesterday. Fairly well interlocked. There's a possibility that the market could find, if sufficient volume comes in, some of these levels here as incremental targets to the downside. Prices are trading, remain trading at 62. Okay. This level based on these prices, now we have some more volume coming through. 61.75. Some incremental there. So your possible target to the downside on an incremental basis, 61.25. Okay. Just about there with this trade. Additional volume comes in, looking for the follow through. Not as much as I'd like. The 61.25 is your 15-minute level, and the 1-minute level is 60.75. So it looks like the target at 60.75 could be a good area to get out on a quick rally. If we do not get continued follow through, confirmation from the MFI, CMF is good. Accumulated volume here at 902. Contracts traded presumably short, 934. So it's obvious to see right now that we have volume that has come in of an accumulated nature. But unlike yesterday, we don't have 25 or 3,000 contracts to drive these prices down in a quick way. We do not have the MFI confirmed to the downside by giving us a down tick. And this is exactly why the prices are holding right here, right now, and we do not have the fast move to the downside that we normally see. It is now 7:44 a.m. Eastern Standard on 10/1. That's October 1st, 2014. Within our live trading room, we'll cut the tape. And as we may get the follow through, we'll pick it up and take the trade to the downside. Now, for those of you who are in this trade, back at the preferred entry at 1962, now that we are clear to be short, and I am in this trade as of the last bar's close here, right here, banking on the accumulated volume to drive the prices down. And here's the channel, the money flow back down, and looking for that trend line violation too. That may come as soon as the next level on the 15-minute chart gets hit. That level again is 1961 and 25. Additional volume comes in to drive the prices down again. 60.75, 59.25, 58. $61.25 on a 15-minute chart. Hit up one tick, 61.50, looking for the follow through. Price is trading 61.25 MTM. Holding right near the 15-minute level. Additional volume coming in, looking for that trend line violation to the downside on MFI. Follow through. CMF and MFI remain clear to be short. $61.50 MTM. Price is still holding the 15-minute level at 61.25 mark. Anticipating additional volume to come in shortly to either find that level as the new floor to trade up from, or it will be the volume to continue to drive the prices to the downside. Right now, across the board, all indicators remain clear to be short. And there you have your instant target at 60.75 on your limit order to be out after the preferred end at 1962. Again, 60.75 hit. We remain clear to be short across the board, all indicators. The test to the 61.25 15-minute level leads to the higher probabilities of prices continuing to move to the downside. Current prices once again now 61. Looking to get through that 60.75 level on a 1-minute chart. Volume increases closer to 900 lots, 928.32. And now we have the probe getting through. Any contract sizing above 1,500, 2,000 would be a clear indication. As confirmed by MFI on the trend line violation we're looking for right now in real time, that we could get 1960 on a 15-minute chart, possibly 59.25. For those of you that are in at 62 or shortly below, you have an instant profit here at 60.75. Price is holding 60.75 on increased volume. No guarantees prices will continue to trade through, Indicators are clear, remain clear to be short, but I am looking for the trendline violation on the money flow index to give me the additional confirmation. That is in play as we speak. So no need to get out of the trade so far. We're clear. We're good. 61 MTM, 61. After the preferred in 1961 and 50 at 745 when the MFI flipped and gave us the sell. Okay, now for those of you that are out at the 60.75 level, I am confirmed at 60.75 on the out on the current 1 minute bar. Good. 60.75. There is another possibility to get back in this trade as prices move up a half a point off of that floor. As additional volume may come in, and that preferred entry again will be dropped down to the low of this bar right here, getting through the floor at 60.75. MFI, CMF, clear to be long. All indicators, clear to be short. Remain clear across the board to be short. Trendline violation in play on MFI, 8 minutes, 8 seconds left within the current 15-minute bar. Early morning profit locked in. 61.50 at 745 on the in and 60.75 on the out. And there we have the secondary level here. Second leg to the downside will always happen as the first level is established, additional volume comes in, and usually you have a larger contract sizing to get through that level. Price point is 1960 and 50. That's 1960 and 50. Now 61.25 on a jump up. We have an uptick on CMF. That's a change that was not evident on last call. CMF with an uptick here, that would be a clear indication as prices have traded up now a half a point off of the floor and 2 failed tests on lows to get and close or open at 60.50, that could be where you'd want to get out and lock in a profit after I already have called my out back here on this bar that was located at 60.75 price point, 7:51 a.m. So for those of you who are long-term holders, you're already given back a half a point after the target. The objective was hit at 60.75. So far this morning, we are up 3/4 of a point, banking off the accumulated points on the $100,000 challenge. Once again, early on, up, profitable. 3/4 of a point times $50 for every full point move in this market is the $37.50 US dollar gain per contract times my minimum 20 contracts, $750 to me. Yesterday, 4 points, 4,000. Day before, Monday, what was it, 375, Adrian? And contract sizing at a minimum still, based on the current market conditions on an end-of-day analysis basis, our smart money bias market trading call is still located at a short level 7. Good morning to you, Ann. So for right now, it's 7:55 a.m. on October 1st, 2014. And within our live trading room, once again, we have identified with and taken a high probability trade set up to the downside, and we are up and profitable first AM. $806 bar, 1960.25. After the preferred in at 1960.50 is hit. We're talking about a 15-minute level that will either be adhered to and traded up from, or we'll get the follow through. And so with a limit order in on the out, I'm looking at a shakeout to the downside right now, possibilities of that in play. I'm looking to get right back out if things don't continue to move to the downside. CMF is now back down. All indicators clear to remain short. If prices can hold, current 60.50 as resistance. On the upside, 60.75. That will be positive for the continued move to the downside. 25.25, lot sizing 804. Price is now 1960.50 MTM. CMF retraced back to the upside. Or right at the preferred end, people. Hanging right there. ES near contract month 12, 2014. Now back up a tick, and every time we have a tick up, CMF confirms that. Critical level here at the 1960 15-minute support level, people. Prices either will have found this as support, trade up again, or if we can hold current resistance, support turn to resistance at 60.75, possibly 60.50 at the preferred end, there is a shot price can continue to move to the downside. Without a doubt, we will need substantial volume to come in to drive these prices off of that ceiling and run them up. At 60.75 on 3 highs, I have doubts that prices will continue to move to the downside without an extended hold time. So at 60.50, I'm out of this trade with a 1/4 point loss until I see prices come back down. That's only 1/4 point loss. And at 1960.25 at 806, out of 1960.50, 809. And now checking money flow is back up. As you can see here, confirming the highs at this area probably lead to higher prices. Okay, and there you have prices up a tick. So my choice to get out at the preferred entry at 60.50 for only a 1/4 point loss was obviously the right thing to do at that time. Most traders are out at a 0.75, possibly a point loss. In this case, we have clearly demonstrated how to look for the follow through, and if it doesn't happen out for us, we get out of the trade, mitigate the risk, and wait for prices to turn back around and give us another high probability trade setup. It's now 8:09 a.m., 10/1/2014. Back off tape. That's 1959 and 50. Now, if this is a shakeout to the downside, I will clearly be out of this trade as fast as possible under the pretense that the 15-minute level may not continue to be traded through to the downside. The difference between the last quote And a relative comparison between the CMF and the MFI is that the FI's momentum is clearly much greater to the downside, short-term money leading. So looking for the best possible fill and a follow through at the same time is always a point of somewhat imbalance. Excuse me. But I don't have a problem with taking the probe, especially after the gap to the downside, and looking for the possibilities of the follow through and the trade to go in my direction. Price is 1960. MTM 1960, looking to hold the 1960 level on the probe for the continued downward movement. 8:22 a.m. within our live trading room, October 1st, 2014. And there we have the follow through in real time. The price is now trading 1958.75 in real time. 58.75. We have a 58.50 15-minute support level. That's 58.50, which we are at right now, people. And we're at 58. Next support level to the 15-minute matching price point, 57.25. That's 57.25 right here. Right now we're still at 58. Easy opportunity to get out with a profit right now, 58. Excellent, excellent move identified. And I'll take that at 58. Come on. Just a little more follow through to get to 57.25 on the 15-minute chart. 58, one more opportunity, traders, to take that off of the board at 58. And I'm good. I got my fill. I didn't get it at 58. I got it at a tick above 825 at 58.25. Accumulated points, traders, in and out, when the market profile is like this, This is the preferred way to trade. So once again, in real time, as you've just seen, locked in an additional profit on a second leg to the downside that we had been waiting for. And on this trade in 59.50 at 822 and out at 58.25 at 825. We have now just booked another 1.25 points. 1.25 points times $50 for every full point move is a $62.50 gain US dollar per contract times 20 contracts traded. On my part, it's another $1,250 to me. Time is now 8:26 a.m. all times Eastern on the charts, October 1st, 2014. Off tape now until the next trade comes to us. For more information on this live trading room, just contact us through the website on the blog area and you'll be responded to promptly.